All right, good evening, everyone. I'm truly excited to have all of you here. I am the president for Tunxis Community College as well as Asnuntuck Community College. I've been with Asnuntuck for, it's going on 9 years at this point, and how many of you have heard about Asnuntuck in maybe the manufacturing program that exists at Asnuntuck? Good, okay, well, I get to educate quite a few of you. So Asnuntuck Community College, 35 minutes from here, just opened this past year, a 25,000 square foot advanced manufacturing technology center. We had additionally 25,000 square feet inside the building dedicated to advanced manufacturing technology. And that's welding, fabrication, that's electromechanical mechatronics program, and CNC machining. We have over 100 pieces of equipment on the production floor and so forth. So very excited about manufacturing. My background, I'm actually a proud community college graduate myself. I'm also a first generation college in my family and spent nearly 2 decades of my career in advanced manufacturing technology. I went through flexible packaging, through rigid containers, the water bottle you're holding right there. I produced millions of those throughout my career. So to me, I know what exists, and our students that are graduating out of Asnuntuck in our electromechanical program and in our CNC machining program, these students are coming out making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year to start, full medical dental packages as well, and there is a workforce shortage in the state of Connecticut. So a little over a year ago, I started as a president here with Tunxis Community College. One of my passions when I started talking to employers and looking around Bristol and learning the Farmington area and everything, that there is a big need here in this region just as well as the region in Enfield. So the opportunity came on my plate to bring advanced manufacturing technology to Tunxis. So very happy to say that starting this fall, we are starting both a mechatronics, electromechanical program here. We have over $500,000 of equipment on order that's coming in. We're getting ready to put in a mechatronics lab that'll be up and running by September 11th for the program start date on that side. And we're also doing a CNC machining program. The CNC machining program is going to be 3 days a week here on the Tunxis campus, where you're going to do all of your classroom, lecture, gauge dimension testing, tolerancing. You're going to learn all about quality control, quality inspection, CAD, CAM, 3D printing. All of that's going to be done here, and we're in the process of putting in machines, either acquiring a building that's close by here or putting that equipment in the next year on campus. 2 days a week of that program, the CNC program, will be 35 minutes up 84 and 91 at Asnuntuck, where there's that brand new 27,000 square foot advanced manufacturing technology center. Tuesday evening, Amy, where's Amy? Is it Tuesday afternoon? 3 o'clock. So I invite all of you, if what you hear today is exciting and you're interested in the machining program, we're hosting a session at the Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center right off exit 48 off 91. Literally, I just drove from Asnuntuck. I was there all day and made it here in 35 minutes. If you're going right at the 5 o'clock rush hour, of course, we all know how 84 and 91 can be during the rush hour, but it is not as far away as it sounds, and you will have access to hundreds of pieces of equipment, a full 3D printing lab, a full quality control inspection lab, CNC machines, lathe, Bridgeports, and I can tell you that the recruiters are there. The students are getting jobs coming out of a 10-month certificate program. They're getting jobs during their internships before they even finish the program. And we have over a 95% job placement rate in those programs. So it may sound a little scary at first. Someone said, oh, I have to drive to Enfield 2 days a week. What you're going to have access to there is going to truly be phenomenal. And it's state-of-the-art equipment. Some of the manufacturers are coming to look at the equipment that we have because it is so cutting edge and new technology. Part of the equipment we have there in the back of the room is some of your older equipment. And I had someone I was walking through giving a tour the other day, and they looked at it and said, why do you have this antique looking equipment? It's so important that students learn the fundamentals of machining and learn how to do it manually before you learn the CNC and the programming. So we have those equipment. You're going to learn on the full spectrum of equipment. A lot of mom and pop shops, even in this area, still have some of the older equipment. So we want our students to come out really with that experiential learning and that hands-on component. Today you're also going to hear, and I'm not going to sit up here and talk all day, we have Central Connecticut State with us here. You're going to learn about our pathway. Our 10-month certificate and our associate degree leads right on through our College of Technology through Central Connecticut State with different, for your associate degree here and then your bachelor degree there. So these are stackable credentials. And what we're finding right now is our students coming out of our 10-month program, more and more employers are sending the students back to continue their education and paying full tuition reimbursement for them to finish their associate degree and then go on to finish their bachelor's degree at no cost to them, as long as they maintain a certain, like a B grade or better, some of the employers do. So this is not just a job. This is not just about getting skills for a job. This is truly a career. And having lived the career for a decade and a half myself, I can tell you that there are exciting opportunities in advanced manufacturing technology. And like I said, you're going to hear from several experts. We have our instructors here from our CNC program at Asnuntuck and our electromechanical, also known as mechatronics. Some people call it mechatronics, some call it electromechanical. And we also have Central Connecticut State that's here to meet with them. We have our how to afford the program. There's a financial aid. And you're going to hear from each one of these individuals. We're going to make it quickly so that you can then break out into sessions. If you're where are we going, Amy?
Let's see. This room is going to be electromechanical, and the CNC is going to go into. No, this room is going to be the CNC. We're renting the room in the back for electromechanical.
So after everything you hear, and after we spend the next maybe 15, 20 minutes hearing from a bunch of different speakers, you can then decide whether you want to learn more about the electromechanical mechatronics program, you're going to learn more about the machining. You can go back and forth between both rooms and learn about, but it's going to give you an opportunity to ask all kinds of questions and take a look at the curriculum. If you have the handouts in front of you, our marketing group, I want to give them a commend them for a wonderful job. Those are pictures of students in action. Those are pictures of the actual Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center at Asnuntuck. And you can also see in there there's sample programs of schedules. And this is kind of a block schedule program. We're going to talk about that as well, of how it works. I'm going to start off right now with a video which has some of our students. There's a little blurb. I think I'm in the beginning of the video at first, but I want you to hear from some of the students who have gone through the program. This is like a 3 minute video, and then we're going to hear from our executive director of the AMC, our Aerospace Components Manufacturers, which represents, Paul Murphy is going to talk with you, and Paul represents 160 plus employers and almost 10,000 employees across the state. So you're going to hear from industry directly, then you'll hear from our instructors. But right now, let's cue this up and just hear a little blurb from some of our students. And notice the equipment and the machines in the background as you're watching this. This is all the equipment that's available at Asnuntuck, and a lot of it that's coming here for September. Hi, at the Connecticut Community College System, we focus on advanced manufacturing technology. We're putting students into careers, not into just jobs. We're placing them in electromechanical careers, machining careers, welding and fabrication careers, and we're bringing this across the state. We are at 7 different manufacturing centers across the state of Connecticut, and the first one being Asnuntuck Community College. We're seeing a 95% job placement rate in these programs. We're putting students out into careers where they're going to become self-sustaining, tax-paying citizens and contribute back to the state of Connecticut. What you're about to see is some footage of students in action across our community colleges in our manufacturing programs. Look to the community college system for your workforce development needs.
I came to ACC because I had a friend who came through this program about a year ago for machining. He really liked it and recommended it to me. After I graduate, I plan on going into the aerospace industry because that's the industry that my father was in when he was a machinist.
What made me come to ACC is that they have a great program. Everything is about manufacturing. It's a growing field. It's excellent. I love it. I need a better future for me and my family, and advanced manufacturing is the way to go. This is where everything is going. Well, I'm interning right now, and I plan to stay where I'm at. It's an aerospace company, which I love. What I would like to do is make sure I stay with that company and grow from there and progress.
I came here because a lot of my friends and family told me it was a really good place to be. They said the machinist program is one of the best in the country. And after I was dislocated, I thought this was the best place for me. After I graduate, I'm looking to get into aerospace. A lot of aerospace places have really good tuition reimbursement. After a couple years in the business, I'm looking to become a mechanical engineer.
Connecticut Community College students can also learn rapid prototyping, an exciting cutting-edge technology that is gaining popularity in manufacturing today.
It's really an exciting opportunity for young people to get involved in long-term careers in a whole bevy of manufacturing technology areas, including engineering and prototyping. So to parents and educators in particular, I would say look at manufacturing as a real opportunity for young people It does require higher education, and we will benefit as a community and as a nation if indeed we can find more talented young people to enter the realm of manufacturing as we know it today and as it grows into tomorrow.
And that was my intent, for you to be able to see the different types of machines. Dean, Mary just let me know as well that please come to Asnuntuck, not only if you're interested Tuesday for the tour at 3 o'clock in the machining program, but also the full electromechanical program is there as well. But that whole program is 5 days a week on this campus, but if you want to see the equipment and you want to see what type of equipment you'll be learning on, we have that on display at Asnuntuck as well. And right now I want to introduce Paul Murphy, the Executive Director of ACM, to come up and say a few words and what's available for jobs and of the like. Paul, where are you? Oh, well, when you're up here and you're looking at all these faces, come on up, Paul, and you're hiding. There's no hiding on us.
All right, ladles and jelly spoons. I come before you to stand behind you and tell you something I know absolutely nothing about. The admission is free. Please pay at the door. Take a seat and sit on the floor.
He's a comedian, too.
No, I'm not. That's a whole bunch of mixed messages. Well, I want to try to dispel all the mixed messages you may have about aerospace and about manufacturing and about a career path that you can take. All right, so feel free to ask me any kind of questions. I'm going to be very straightforward with you on it. I represent the aerospace component manufacturers, which, as Jim said, is comprised of 116 aerospace manufacturing companies. We have just shy of 10,000 people, and we have sales in excess of $3.2 billion. So it's a pretty formidable group. We're right up the I-91 corridor in Connecticut and then a little bit into Massachusetts. We had a relationship back with Asnuntuck in 1999 when we formed our organization with 6 companies to learn how to be more competitive in the world. But part of it was, how do we develop and train the people? Because not everyone is born with a skill. It has to be a learned skill, and anything can be taught. So when we went to Asnuntuck and said, can you teach blueprint reading? It was like, sure we can, but can you teach it the way we need you? That was the great thing about working with Asnuntuck, and that they're bringing it over to Tunxis now, is they've tailored a lot of their courses to match the needs of the industry. So that's a huge plus in our eyes. But what I want to tell you is today, and I just got some stats I pulled off the internet today, Electric Boat needs to hire 14,000 workers over the next decade. Pratt & Whitney needs to hire 8,000. That's 22,000. That's over 2,000 people a year we're looking. And I will tell you from a fact, all that is front loaded. We need them now. Our industry is booming so much that we need the people. We shrank years back, but a lot of the technology corrected that shrinkage because we're so advanced. You know, you may think of the industry and the manufacturing as it's all your hands. It is, but today we hire people more for their minds. We're looking for the people that can innovate, the people that can drive, the people that want to have a career. What I can say is, out of our 116 companies, probably none of them will give you a job. That's a fact. Every one of them will give you a career, because what they're looking to hire is the person that wants to come in and grow with them. We have a huge group of people, we call it the silver tsunami, that's going to be retiring, and we don't have that middle gap. We got to bring this whole pipeline up really quick. So all of our businesses are engaging. We are offering scholarships. We are offering internships. So how good is this of an opportunity? We'll pay for your school. We'll give you a job, and then we'll develop you on a career path. Now, it's not going to be every one of you, but it's going to be the one of you that want to go out and get it. So let me ask a quick question. Why are some of you here? Are you looking to get into the industry? Are you just exploring? Okay, you're all shy group. Let me ask another question, raise of hands. Who have been into a manufacturing aerospace company? Okay, when you first walked in, you probably had a little preconceived notion of what it was. Was it what you thought, or did you come out and say, wow, that's never what I thought it would be? Yeah, well, I can say in this group, and I'm going to leave my business card here, because I have owned 2 manufacturing businesses, and I've been president and CEO of 3 others. So I've been in the industry 40 years. I did retire and somehow got pulled out to do this, mostly because of my passion for developing young talent, you know, and giving back to this industry. But I always say, you know, come visit some companies and you can call me up and I can set that up for you. Bring your parent, bring your friends, bring in anything, and you're gonna walk out and say, oh my God, that's never what I thought. They are clean, they are state of the art, and like I say, it's not people just doing the redundancies, it's innovators are what we're looking for. People who can create, people who can change the business. So there are great opportunities. I want to just give you a couple other numbers because I know there's a lot of things you want to do. Is normally when we have a person go through like an Asnuntuck program, let's just say the 10-month program, we'll hire them out at anywhere between $16 to $19 an hour. That's their start. That just escalates right up. Most people in industry, if you're just on like a production area, you know, you got the higher people, they're up at the $35 an hour range. In my business, I had engineers. None of them had the big degrees. A lot of them just went to some classes, got the training, we developed them, and they became an engineer. I didn't have one engineer that made less than $100,000. So when I say about a job and a career, we always talk careers because we want to invest. We don't want people migrating. We don't want people leaving. These are great, solid careers that you can get. And there's a lot of our businesses, as I said, that are willing to help fund you to get there. So we need you. It's out there, and it all depends if you want to go and get it. You got some great opportunities. Are there any questions you may have for me? Yes.
How do you address like people's fear of layoffs? Because a lot of people, when they hear about companies like Pratt, they think about, well, is that a risk I'm going to take?
Yeah, and that's a really good, fair point. And what I can tell you is there's nothing to say that there ever can't be a layoff, because look at 9/11. Things happen that we can't predict. What I'm saying, the visibility right now, and I could just overwhelm you with numbers and charts and graphs, we're looking at a vertical liftoff. We have 5 major programs in aerospace that are coming out. You have the 2 new subs every year. They're looking for that 3rd sub. That's where these 22,000 people are coming. I will say, and hopefully if someone from the current is here, they're our worst enemy sometimes, because news to them is always bad, right? So anytime someone has a layoff or loses a person, you see it. But they don't see a lot of times all the hiring we're doing. So we have contracted a little bit, mostly because of technology, but the way we're growing, we need people to innovate. That's what sets us apart from all the other companies. How do we compete? Because we're innovators. Aerospace started in Connecticut, which is why we call trademark, we're the aerospace alley of the world. We can literally, in our 116 businesses, build a jet engine. You know, so I can never guarantee that, and if anyone does, don't believe them. But the future for the next 10 outward years is skylaunch. It's in a vertical takeoff right now. I will leave some cards. Be free to take them. You can always email me if you want me to get you in with some people, help you do anything. I'd be happy to do it. Thanks for coming. Good luck, and go get it.
Excellent. Thank you, Paul.
I just have one more quick question. Who is here with a child? Okay, we got a few of them. So I just got a couple of little shirts. From the ACM, I'm going to leave up. Just grab one with your child. So, a career in aerospace, limitless.
Excellent. Let's hear it for Paul. Thank you, Paul. You know, Paul represents the aerospace company. I know here, and I've also learned a lot. And Tunxis is now one of the first educational facilities to not only be a member of ACM, but also a member of NESMA, the New England Spring Manufacturing Association, which is here in this region as well, too. So we're gearing towards all industry, and we're gearing towards especially industry in this area and aerospace as well. So something I'm very excited about. And one of the things you touched base on, that's one thing that I hear over and over again from the youngsters coming in, from the 45, 55-year-old at Asnuntuck, when they take a tour of a modern manufacturing facility, it's not that dirty, dark, and dank facility, that perception you had about manufacturing. My grandfather worked in a paper mill and in manufacturing, and I've been years ago through manufacturing where it was piecemeal work, and it was dirty, dark, and dank. Right now, it's touchscreens, it's robotics, it's high tech, and as you saw on the screens here, and as you see on some of our display boards here, you know, you're learning on high tech pieces of equipment. It's not dirty, dark, and dank anymore. So thank you again for joining us. You're going to hang around for a little bit for some questions if people want to talk to you personally afterwards. So again, thank you, Paul. We had our video. Now we're going to do a quick program overview, and we do have the advanced machine technology lead instructor, Chris Foster, is going to come up and talk about the machining program. And again, you'll have some one-on-one time with him, and we break out into sessions, but he's going to give a quick overview.
You people are too quiet. You must be tired and burnt. And I've had the wonderful opportunity of spending 10 years teaching at Asnuntuck. I've also had the wonderful opportunity of teaching blueprint reading for ACM. One of the things I will tell you, if you've worked at a really crappy company that people treat you like you're the worst person on earth and they don't pay you much and they don't care if you leave, ACM companies aren't. The good part is they're nice people. They take care of their people. They don't all give really high bonuses at Christmas, but they all take care of their people. They all give them picnics, and they all treat them right. How can I say that? Because I've taught in different facilities, and I'm going to mention Aero Gear. I had a gentleman, and I'm walking down for the next group, and I had him in a previous group, and he came up and leaned on his toolbox. And he looked at, and he starts talking to me about something that I mentioned. He was there for 15 minutes. There was no chain. There was nobody going over and giving him a hard time. He was working. He was not doing anything wrong. And that was the demeanor I got with that company. Everybody did their work. Nobody gave them any trouble. They got paid. It was great. Who here's been laid off? Who here's been laid off twice? Who here's been laid off 3 times? The really good part is when you I tell people, when they put their hands up and they say, I've been laid off, good for you. Well, why are you saying good for me? Because you got laid off, it's going to give you the opportunity to say, I didn't really like that job anyway. Where am I going now? So the next thing you're going to say is, what can I do to maybe get a little more training, go a little further, find a better job? Every single time I got laid off, I got a better job when I got out. So don't have fear of being laid off. It's an opportunity. Again, people get out of high school, people get out of college and take a job, and it's like, okay, now I got a wife and I got kids and I got a house and I got cars, and it's like, this job sucks. Now what am I going to do? So the best thing for you to do is say, you know what? If I get laid off, it's like, I always really wanted to go into manufacturing. I wanted to go into engineering. Now what do I want to do? It's your opportunity. So again, if you got a really crappy job, we're 95%. The best feeling you can have is when somebody is graduating, they're leaving. You know, you're going through graduation. Well, where's this person? Where's this person? I don't see them here at graduation. Oh, they got to work tonight. They're working. One of the people that's on, and we're going to have to talk about this later. One of the people that's in that really good showing of people that are working on machines that said he wanted to get a job in aerospace. He got a job in aerospace. He has prior experience. How much did he make an hour when he went to work? Anybody want to venture a big guess? And I'm going to have to talk about that later. 33 and change an hour to start. Terrible, huh? Not half bad. Now, and I'm going to talk the smart thing, and he hit it on the head. You ask somebody, how much do you want to make? I want to make $30 an hour as soon as I get out of school. And you're going to tell them, that's great. You're crazy if you do that. Oh, I want that, and I'm not going to stop till I get that. It's like, wrong answer. Why? I said, you're going to get a job at $16 an hour. You're going to go in and screw up a part terribly. The guy's going to say, you need more training. Come here, we got to talk about this. You're going to go for a walk. Guy who's making $30 an hour, you make a mistake, there's the door. You know, bye. So if you don't have a lot of experience, they're going to take care of you. ACM companies, awesome companies. They're going to take care of you. They're going to treat you like your family. Aero Gear does a nice job of doing that. I've worked taught blueprint reading at a lot of different companies. You get a nice feeling when you go in there. If you've ever walked into places where everybody's stressed out, they're not. They do their work, they make decent money, and they go home. Who makes jet engines in Connecticut? Who else makes jet engines in Connecticut? Who else makes jet engines in Connecticut? Rolls-Royce. There's a lot of companies making parts. Everybody says, so there's 3 major companies, they're making parts. No, they're buying an awful lot of parts from ACM companies, right? So don't just think of the major players having facilities in Connecticut. Why do they come to Connecticut? Because we do it better here. When they keep talking about the United States saying, oh, we're all in trouble and nobody's making money, ball. He just hit it. There's 20,000 jobs, over 20,000 jobs in Connecticut that are going to be open in the next few years. Who wants one? Who wants to make good money for a company that's going to treat you really well? Me. I think it's a good idea. So if you want the opportunity and you want to come to school, or again, Tracy's in the back. I mean, there's jobs here. And there's a lot more jobs than there's probably going to be people to fill them. So if you want to hustle and get into a company that's nice and clean, air conditioned, proper humidity, touch on that later. The reason they do that is to make sure that nothing grows. Everything has to be consistent. So the parts don't move. So you're the byproduct. You stay nice and cool and nice and not moist.
Machining program, what are they going to learn?
What are you going to learn in a program? What are the most important things you're going to learn? You're going to learn metrology. You got to check your parts. You got to figure out what they look like. So you're going to learn blueprint reading, math. I know everybody hates math, but you're going to have to go back through the math and start to go back through. Don't say, I stink at math. Everybody stinks at math. So you start out with fractions and you go from there. It's not a real problem. CNC, you're going to get it 2 ways. You're going to get CNC in a classroom. You're going to get CNC on a machine. So if you got 20 people in a classroom, that stinks because you got 20 people looking at the screen. It doesn't work. We found that out. So you get 20 people looking at the screen, it doesn't work. So you get 10 people. 10 people are in a classroom, 10 people are on a screen. So if the person is really tall and really big, you can pick him up and put him off the side. So it really works well. 20 people in a classroom, optimum is 16. Get 8 people at the machine, there's no hiding. You're going to have to set your tool length offsets on the machine. You're going to have to learn this. So what else are you going to learn? You're going to learn Lean, SolidWorks. Anybody ever heard of SolidWorks? Who likes to really make cool stuff? Who likes to make things with 3D printers? Okay, that's kind of a really neat thing. This is like I'll talk all night. But the really good thing is this is growing. It's getting even better. You're going to get what you need to get started in manufacturing. No matter where you start, you're going to be better when you get out. You're going to have a really good basis to go to an ACM company, or there are a few other companies in the state of Connecticut, which you should be working at getting. But the good part is you got good people in Connecticut. They pay good money. The profits on aircraft and submarine and helicopter parts are good enough to make it good enough for you to make a living. Any questions? Oh, I've taught for 10 years, been in manufacturing for 32 more. Any questions? You guys are too, if I started with you people, you'd have to get up and do jumping jacks or something.
Well, there will be an opportunity for questions in the breakout.
We could do that later.
Are you like trying to promote from within and educate and get people that are already working? Like I know somebody that works in Goodrich Corp right now. Are you promoting
Goodrich,
education?
they do black boxes and hydraulics.
Yeah, and like the fuel pumps. Are you
Yep.
promoting their education from within? So if they're working there, are you asking them, hey, would you like to go back to school? Because if you're talking about that silver tsunami, like, are you trying to train the people that are already there to bump them up?
I will
Yeah, they come
interject
to
with that
work.
a little bit if you don't mind. I will tell you, we're starting August 1st as our kickoff right now. We're committing $200,000 worth of training for our incumbents. So the people we already have, when I say we're going to give people a career, this is how we do it. So we're engaged with Asnuntuck and outside providers to develop. And it's not just the machining, it could be a quality type thing. We're doing resources, we're doing finance, because in a machining company or an aerospace company, the career paths you have start here and just go out everywhere. So to support our business, we have all kinds of different people. Production control, logistics. inventory warehousing. So we do all those classes and we pay for those classes. And we send our students during the workday to the training.
And to kind of help answer your question there too, tonight we're learning about the entry level and how to get in. You don't have to have any background in manufacturing. We also at the community colleges and Asnuntuck, we just came up with 6 new third semester programs for your advanced training. And that's in everything from quality inspection, CAD/CAM, advanced manufacturing, which is your additive manufacturing. Advanced metrology. So if you already have a background and you're already a worker in the field and you want to advance your skills, we have those next level trainings as well too. So the community college really is a resource for entry level all the way up through some of your advanced and incumbent worker training. So very, very good question, but we have all ends of the spectrum, but tonight's really about kicking off a program where you don't have to have manufacturing experience to actually get into manufacturing through the programs we're kicking off here at Tunxis.
Thank you.
Perfect. Let's hear a round of applause for Chris. And next we have Gary Ravicki that's going to come up. He's the lead instructor for the Electromechanical and Mechatronics program at Asnuntuck, and also will be here at Tunxis.
Hi, Gary Ravicki, lead instructor for the Electromechanical, which is how machines work, how things work. All the machines in any of your manufacturing facilities need to be serviced. And if they're not properly serviced, the machine doesn't run properly and your production suffers for that. What we do is we train you from the beginning, basic electricity, all the way up to networking, so that where most of your machines now are all networked together, so that they all talk and they're able to coordinate with each other. In a production floor, a lot of times you've got what's one of the new words is mechatronics, and that's where machines work together to produce a part with little or no human interaction. Once the machine is loaded, it does its thing, and finished parts come out the other side. We teach you basic electricity, electronics, pneumatics, hydraulics, mechanical drive systems, PLCs, which are programmable logic controllers, which at places like Amazon's factory or warehouse up in Windsor, we got the opportunity to tour there a couple of weeks ago. It's amazing how much automation they have there. A lot of the people that retrieve or put the parts in the box, the parts come to them. They're not walking around, they're not spending time getting the parts. All the parts come to them. And it's amazing to have over 2,700 robots that pick up like a cabinet and carry it over to where it needs to be put into a box. And on the screen, it will tell the operator to take one item out of bin 5 and put it in the box. And then it goes away and gets filed away somewhere, the rest of the parts on that robot. And everything talks to each other. They have intersections that they work. And all of that needs servicing. And that's where, as a maintenance technician, you're invaluable to the company. They need you. And they're paid well because at your companies, the big deal is the lost production time, correct? You have commitments to your customers to deliver certain amount of parts in a certain length of time. So the maintenance person is responsible for keeping the machine running. And we show you the basics on all the different parts of the machine: electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, the control circuits, so that you're able to get all of it repaired in a timely manner. Right now, we have all of our students in third semester, 100% of them are out on internships at different companies around. So there's a great demand to keep machines running. And that's what we're able to provide your basic understanding of. Do you have any questions? Yes?
I'm curious, is the pay scale the same for both CNC versus this program?
Electromechanical.
Electromechanical, I like to think that it's a little bit higher because if the machine's not running, the guy operating the CNC machine doesn't have anything to do.
The ability to troubleshoot and do critical thinking, I can tell you when I was running Pepperidge Farms, the flagship plant over in Bloomfield, when my production lines went down, I critically needed these individuals to hit the production floor, get the conveyor systems running, find out what's going on with the PLC. Every 15 minutes my production lines were going down, I was losing $10,000. So you do the math on how critical it is to make sure someone can do troubleshooting, someone can go out critical think and get those machines and production lines up running as quickly as possible. So, and they are, Mary, Team Bidwell will tell you that they are the highest paid students coming out of them.
They start where? Low 20s to mid?
Low to mid 20s, yeah.
Low to mid 20s to start coming out of electromechanical programs.
Based on the dollar amounts you have in the program.
Yes.
That 16 to 19 doesn't equate to what's listed for that, does it?
Yes, yes. So it depends on the program, but some employers pay more than others, but we try and give the,
Based on experience, but
Yes.
when I just ran the numbers when he was giving them, that was a big variance.
right.
Yeah.
Sure, and I wanted to stress that, and thank you for who asked the question, because there is a price difference.
I like the math that did the
Yes,
math, so.
there is a price difference
Yeah.
in starting between the two different programs, and Frank always tells us, and I know Mary always says, those students are getting the higher dollar
But they
figures coming
also-
out.
Right, they also go to school for a year. It's 3 semesters for electromechanical mechatronics. It's 2 semesters for machining.
So 10 months for machining, 12 months for,
You
Yes.
are with us for an entire year, being able to learn that. So you do have a little more education, in time.
but during that time, you're also on a paid internship as well too, so it's
Absolutely,
not
yeah.
it's not a year of just schooling, you're out on a
No.
paid internship as well.
But that's where that extra education, I think, comes into
Comes
play.
into- sure,
Yeah,
perfect.
The skill set we're getting.
Just a quick question, and that's coming out of the certificate program, so if you're doing a 2-year degree, then you're looking at a significantly higher scale with a 2-year degree?
So for the certificate program, you do your classes first, the certificate classes first. And then that's where the companies come into play and pay toward the associates. So you will end up making more money, but you're doing all your hands-on certificate classes year 1, and then work towards your gen ed classes year 2. So you're already out at a company, you've worked there, they start to pay the tuition for you, they bump you up in salary and all of that based upon the fact that you've been there. So some students do wait till they get their associates, and I can't say that they may not make a little bit more, but our people are ready to go by 10 months in a year with internships after your first semester. You're out there and you're making, our internship rate is $13 an hour during your second semester. We have a company that pays students $400 a week to sit in classes, and then go work 2 days a week second semester with a 3.5 higher GPA. So there's a lot of different options. If you're talking
really is.
Pratt, they don't do internships, so you've got to wait for your opportunity till the end of 10 months or a year. They don't do internships. So it depends. We have something for everyone.
Yeah, there really is an employer out there that has
There is
all different types of models and
There are. So
and
you can
work
answer that
schedules and.
Right. And we have career people on point for all of you, so we get to know everybody very, very well. What do you want? What do you don't want? I want first shift, second shift, third shift. I don't want, Pratt and Whitney's are going to be second, third shift. If that's not for you, that's not where you're going. But we have wonderful companies who pay very well. People may start out $16 to $19. You come back within a year, they're over 20 already. I mean, so, you got to get in. They've got to see how you are. But within a short amount of time, you could be making a lot more money than that initial. So and you don't know what the benefit package is. So that's another thing. You got to look that into, and overtime.
Yeah, full medical, dental
Full medical and all
packages.
that. So when you only look at a dollar figure, you've got to really, don't only chase the dollar, you got to look at the whole package.
Right.
They are out there, they are wonderful companies, they're there for you, they support you, the education, all of it.
Sure. One of the things I hope that is shining through, and one of the reasons why you keep hearing about it is Asnuntuck, is because it's coming with 18 years worth of experience in these fields that we're bringing here to Tunxis. So we're not starting from scratch and going off the ground. We're bringing the curriculum here, we're bringing the expertise. The Board of Regents has already approved these certificates, these degrees. These are all for credit. So you're not dealing with something that's just new getting off the ground. You're dealing with a seasoned program that I'm ecstatic to bring to Tunxis Community College. So let's hear it. We'll have an opportunity to ask him some questions in the breakout. Thank you, Gary. All right, next up, we're going to hear about the College of Technology and all the way through the pathway, all the way through the four-year degree. I'd like to welcome Karen Wacina Birch, our coordinator of the College of Technology. Dr. Birch, come on up and join us.
Well, it's very exciting to be here and be able to talk to you a little bit about what is the College of Technology and how this whole advanced manufacturing technology program fits under it. The COT is really a collaboration between all of our 12 community colleges and our state public and private universities. And you keep hearing, oh, you're going to get credit. How does that work? Well, that was all done under the umbrella of this College of Technology. We're a firm believer that we want you to get credit that can go towards an associate's degree, and that associate's degree can then seamlessly transfer to a four-year degree. And I learned, I started actually as professor at Hartford State Technical College, if any of you ever remember that. Some of you might not have been born, who knows. But the reality is that when I started doing more of the administrative side of the house, I learned a lot about how important it is that you don't just want people to say, we're going to take your credits, because they may not apply it towards an actual degree. You can graduate with double the credits you need. Well, we make sure that doesn't happen. We ensure that the credits that you're earning for this advanced manufacturing certificate, and even for the additional certificates that you can pursue, they all go directly towards roughly about a total of 66 credits you need for an associate's degree in this technology studies discipline. Half of them will be completed when you finish those certificates under this program. So it's not like you have to start all over. You really can actually sometimes walk away going, wow, I'm like halfway there. Why wouldn't I come back and get that associate's degree, especially if the company that is now employing me is going to give me tuition reimbursement. Many of them will give you time, even part of your regular schedule, to take those classes and get that credit. So if you've done any reading, there's this term stackable credentials. We're a strong believer in careers, and what that means is we want to make sure access is there. So you have different points of entry and exit. So maybe you want that 10-month certificate. Maybe you're a mother, you have family obligations, father, same difference, and you need to get that job. But on the same token, you want to be able in a year, who knows when, to come back and still be able to take those credits and apply them, towards your associate's degree and then your baccalaureate degree. With that being said, I want to introduce Segundo Decina. He's the Associate Dean at Central Connecticut State University. If you want to come on up. Our pathway program, we have a very strong partnership with Central. There's also 6 other universities that are part of this, but without question, I think Central is one that has really done so much to make sure that whatever you're pursuing, starting with the community colleges, it's not a dead end. If anything, it opens amazing doors and allows you to continue to Central. So I wanted Segundo to maybe say a few words.
Good afternoon. So you are going to come to me after your associate degree. All of the, like Karen said, the credits are pre-negotiated. So what that means is that when you come in, all of your credits transfer to our programs, and you have a clear path, in terms of the number of credits that you need to complete your degree program with us. We've been working with the College of Technology right from the beginning. So we kind of have this all to science, There's so many students who have come from the College of Technology to finish at Central Connecticut State University engineering program. Good experience, everything, the experience they had it's been very great, terrific. They come to my office, to share, they tell me, wow, this is a good program, and I'm glad that to be part of the College of Technology. I have a table outside. If you want to stop by my table, ask a few questions. I have also business cards. Please feel free to do that. Thank you.
Okay. So just to kind of wrap up a bit, I also, because I think that it's good to hear that our programs are nationally recognized. We actually have a National Science Foundation Center of Excellence that is focused on advanced manufacturing. That's one of 7 in the United States. And so that is a huge coup that you have the National Science Foundation, which is a federal agency funded again from the federal government, that's saying what you're doing in Connecticut, this advanced manufacturing technology pathways is a model, not just for Connecticut, but for the whole United States, and I would say for the whole world. So with that being said, I'm going to again invite you to come over. We have a booth to, if you have any questions. And by the way, the mother that did the math, if you would like to pursue advanced manufacturing, please come and talk to me. So thanks so much.
Excellent, thank you. Let's hear it for Karen. And just real quickly, if you can imagine how excited I was as the president of Asnuntuck to come and ask to be the president of Tunxis and discover the College of Technology's home is at Tunxis Community College, and the Regional Center for Next Generation Manufacturing, one of 7 in the United States, is here housed at Tunxis Community College. So to me, it's like this match made in heaven. And I'm in heaven bringing advanced manufacturing to all of you and hopefully opening up a lot of careers, opportunities. And having lived it myself, I can tell you there are careers and good paying careers in what we're teaching. And you're learning today that this is a seasoned program. You're learning this is nationally recognized. You're learning there's pathways all the way through the 4-year university, our sister school, Central Connecticut State. I want you to leave here today just to understand you're not coming here just to get a certificate. You're coming here to earn a certificate that can get you a well-paying job that can then set you up for a pathway that can take you all the way through your bachelor's degree, through engineering. There's many of different opportunities. And once you get in with companies and you start seeing the innovative things the companies are doing and what they're doing for their own internal trainings and stuff too, it opens a world of opportunity. There truly is careers in advanced manufacturing technology. And I could go on and on myself for an hour and a half here. So thank you, Karen. Next up real quickly, we'll have a couple more speakers that are going to speak real quickly. I do have joining us next is Jean Maine, who is our Associate Dean of let me see if I can get this, Enrollment Management. Right. There you go. Okay. Jean's been with us now for 2 weeks, but you're going to see how seasoned she is. She is already here, and she's going to talk.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Come on, thank you.
Thanks so much, Dr. Lombella. And I, along with all of our previous speakers, am thrilled to welcome you here to Tunxis Community College for tonight's event. Myself and my colleagues in admissions get the real privilege and honor of talking to each of you and all the students that come through Tunxis about your hopes, your aspirations, your future plans, your careers. And in these programs that are new to Tunxis are no exception. So we want to get you started off on the right foot. And to do that, students who do complete the application tonight will have their application fee waived. As a show of good faith towards simplifying this process and making it a little easier for you. But to kick off the process and to reserve your spot in the program and a seat in the program, we start off with the application for Tunxis Community College. And then along with that, there are a couple other documents. We'll need some verification of your high school graduation or completion of GED, and then a couple of other things. Now, I also realize that within the audience, we have some people who are in some various statuses. So we may have some people who are already Tunxis students. We could have people who are applying for the first time. We could have had people that might have attended a class a couple years ago. So you all have a little bit different requirements that you might need for application, but the really good news about all of it, it is very streamlined, it's very simple, and designed to make an easy process for you. So this evening, while you're here, we do encourage you to come over to the admissions table to talk to us about where you are in the process and how we can help you make this dream, this hope, and this aspiration a reality for you. So thank you again, and I will turn it back over to Dr. Lombella. Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you, Jean. And next up, we have Sandy Vitale, our Associate Director of Financial Aid, is going to come up and talk a little bit about how do I afford this type of question. So we're trying to give you the full spectrum here.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming. And for those of you that are interested in financial aid for the programs, it's not too late to apply. Financial aid consists of grants, scholarships, loans, and work study. So grants and scholarships are free money that you can get towards your program that you don't have to pay back. We also have direct loans from the government, and we offer work study. And Stacy here on the end is one of our work study students. She's wonderful. She just started with us this year. So she goes to class, and she works around her class schedule. We start off at $10.10 an hour. So if you're interested in that, when you do your FAFSA, it'll ask, are you interested in work study? You say yes, and we'll try to help you out there. We'll try to place you. There's also, tonight we're going to have a FAFSA help session for any of you that got the email and brought your information to apply. If you didn't, I have information at the desk. We're holding about 6 to 8 FAFSA help sessions before school starts. They'll all be in the library classroom, and I have a list of the documents that you need to bring. So if you are 24 or younger, you're considered dependent by the federal government, and you'll need parental and student 2016 tax information to complete the FAFSA. If you're over 24, you're considered independent, and you will just need your own tax information to complete the FAFSA. So I'm going to be at the table. If anybody has any questions, come over. I have the FAFSA information, and we also have Amanda and Monica in the library if anybody's ready to start their FAFSA. So, thanks for coming.
Let me do the Dean Feast is going to give us talk a little bit about, give us a farewell, but also tell everyone where the groups are, and also talk about the lists and how many slots are available on the lists. And so there is a limited space available in both programs starting this fall. It's going to be first come, first serve sign up. And I'm not going to steal all your thunder. I'll let Dean Feast, our academic dean, give a thank you, and we'll get off to the next phase. I'm going to be hanging around answering some questions too. I really thank all of you for joining us here tonight. Something we're really excited about. Dean Feast, your moment in the spotlight.
A very short moment, I promise. I just really quickly, my own background, it's interesting because I'm actually also the product of a manufacturing family. All three of my grandparents, my father, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, and for the first part of his career, my husband, were all in manufacturing. So I'm very excited to actually be bringing this program with President Lombella to Tunxis. We're very happy. Next steps. So for those of you who are interested in learning more about the Advanced Machine Technology Program with Chris, you're going to just stay in this room, and he's going to answer your questions, have more in-depth conversation. For those of you who are interested in the electromechanical maintenance technology, you're going to go into the back room with Gary, that big room out there. We call it the Tunxis room. That's where he's going to hold that session. If you are looking to fill out your FAFSA tonight, that session is in the library. Sandy can take a group of students over, but if you needed to do that separately, you simply go through the hallway, through the doors, keep walking, you're in the library. Very simple. And the tables in the front will be here. This program will absolutely be first come, first on the list, and once we hit 27, we will start a waiting list. Per program. So 27 and 27. So I can tell you we do have some students already who have expressed interest in putting in applications, but we are taking people as they come in. You will be numbered. When we get to 27, you'll be told you're on a waiting list. And if some of the individuals above you drop out, we will then go to the waiting list. So I just want to be really clear about that. If you definitely know you're interested and you want to be in the program, don't wait. I anticipate this filling up very quickly. So tonight's the night to ask questions, fill out your application form, get that fee waived, get your spot held. I think it's a great move for everybody.
And of course, because I wear multiple hats, I do have to say that when we hit the 27, if there are individuals that can't wait another semester, we have plenty of capacity at Asnuntuck, and also
Dr. Valley, yes.
Has the program. So I'm not going to sit here and say this is your only option. But the first 27 seats, both programs fill up here. There are other options across the state for the same program, same curriculum that we're talking about. But the opportunity right now exists for 2 new programs, or 2 programs starting here this fall in both the electromechanical, electronics, and the machining. So just had to put that plug in. I wear 2 hats, so you have to.
I wear 1. Come to Tunxis. We're awesome.
Really? Can I just say, so some people might be saying, wow, you're making me make this huge decision tonight.
Right.
I think as long as you communicate with us, I know we don't have the tour of the facilities, you might be like, well, I don't know if I want electromechanical or machining. I haven't seen anything, I haven't seen the equipment. So just communicate that you're an interest and you want it, you may fill out the application, but you'll make your decision on a program or something. I think it's important
Yes.
because if you haven't seen anything, we don't want to strong arm you to one or the other. I know it's important. They're very different, and you have to have a fit for what you think you see yourself doing. Both of them are wonderful careers. For you, you'll go very far, but if you need that Tuesday, just communicate that at least you're interested, you just don't know which one.
And please consider coming 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Tuesday to
Yes.
Asnuntuck. Really, you'll be able to tour both programs. You'll be able to
Yeah.
walk the production floor and see the machining. You'll be able to go through and see the electromechanical program. And also, if you say, I'm working Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I can't come, you can get Mary's business card. Mary's here. We will set up a private tour for you to go through Asnuntuck and see all of the things hands-on. And sometimes you need to see the equipment and see the environment to really be able to say, this is what I want to do. And we acknowledge that. And again, we're not trying to strong arm everyone. We're also trying to make everyone understand that there are limited seats available for the fall.
Is there any evening class till now? Everyone speak. No one say there's evening classes or just in morning classes. That's important because we work.
Right. So the idea is we need to know what interest there is. So we can probably look at if there was enough evening interest, we could offer a couple classes at night to get you started on more of a part-time basis. So it's important for us to know that because we have seen in the list that have come to us that there are people who are just interested in a part-time program. If you work second shift and you say, you know what, I can't really do a whole time or something like that. Again, the communication of that is going to be very important for us to know, and we can look at what other things we can do to help
There's a sign-up sheet for
do
that.
that. Because we're never going to offer a full-time at night would be tough with someone working full-time days. But we do it over 3 semesters, say in a machining program. We can cut things up depending upon if we have enough to have a class.
So if you're working days and days, day program is not an option for you, but you really want to do this, make sure you get your name on the list. Make sure you get your name on the list that we're going to have a sign up for evenings. And also Tracy is here, and we're going to be offering, Tracy, raise your hand. Tracy is going to be, she is the executive director of our Bristol campus. So how many of you know where our Bristol campus is located? So we're going to also start offering potentially some evening classes, part-time basis on our Bristol campus, especially GD&T, which is your quality inspection classes, your blueprint reading, those things that can be done on a classroom basis. If there's a big enough interest and we get enough sign up there, Tracy will customize a class, put it together, and we can hold those classes at our Bristol campus as well. We can do a SolidWorks class there as well too. So there are opportunities. It's not just the full-time day program. Good question, whoever asked that. But right now, we need to get names on the list and make sure we have enough people that would be able to enroll if we run a class.
And so if you're interested in a part-time program, the table where you filled out when you first came in, you gave us your information, where Tracy will be at, there is actually a piece of paper that says interested in part-time. Give us your information tonight, please, on that, and we will contact you individually. So if you know you have to do part-time, please let us know tonight. We will kind of separate you out from that list and start to see what kind of interest we have.
And we do up at Asnuntuck also have nighttime classes as well. So for some reason, if something doesn't work, we can also share with you where we have classes. I don't know where you live, and it might not be as bad of a ride for anybody. We do offer classes at night as well. So you do have some options if by chance here we didn't get enough interest for nighttime and you still want to get started. I don't want you to feel that there is no other option.
Sure. And it's Tracy Ariel. I didn't say your last name. I apologize. Everyone knows the name with the face. But if you do stop by our Bristol campus as well, too, Tracy is there. Is Victor with us this evening? No? Or we have our B&I director there as well. So many contacts, many opportunities, but get your name on the list if you're interested in a part-time position. Good.
If you're already a student, do you still have to fill out an application, or is there another process?
See the admissions table, they have the process to actually do a change of major, and they'll put you right into the program.
A much shorter form you have to fill out.
Like 3 lines, really easy. Any other questions? We're all around. Go to the tables, go to the individual sessions, and if you have questions that you think of after tonight, please contact any of us. We're happy to help.